up, guys? Welcome back to the GSL Codes. I'm Tasos. With me is Artosis. We're the Casting Archon, and this is going to be a very exciting day. We already had some great games. In the first half of the group game. I don't know why that was hard for me to say. Much better than yesterday's games. There's a period yesterday where I saw, I think it was in the game number 9 or whatever, where I saw all the siege tanks on one side of the map, and I'm like, no. And then I'm like, I see them start to set up turrets. I'm like, no. And it just turned out to be long. It was good, but we had a lot of the same kind of games. Now we're getting some more variety. Mm-hmm. Some days better than others here at the GSL.
Well, this group is going to be one of the more interesting ones. It's got a Zerg, a Protoss, and 2 Terrans.
Yeah.
It's about as good a ratio as you can get.
Yep. Especially for right now with Terran being a little bit more dominant. And, a part of that, because a lot of people have asked me, on Twitter and stuff, what do you think about this? Frankly, I just think right now Terran, so many different styles can be rewarded. You know what I mean?
Terrans, I feel, have everything's mapped out much better with Terran right now.
I think so.
I feel like most Protosses play completely wrong, and Zergs are really getting up there. Like, more people are going to watch that ST game and be like, oh, don't lose any drones. Okay.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Don't lose drones.
Anyways, this group going to be a lot of fun tasteless. Huck, a great foreigner Protoss.
Yeah.
Like, one of the absolute best. He, Nanoa, Sassy, maybe a couple others, White Raw. Amazing Protosses. Huck having the most success right now. Speaking of Nanoa, he played today. He lost, unfortunately, in Code A.
Oh, I hadn't seen the games yet.
Oh, I haven't either. No, I tuned in right at the last second after seeing the game. I was very sad.
Oh, it's too bad. Well,
cheer that guy on. He just left Dignitas, so it's yet to see what he's going to do. But a little announcement, we just started carrying Nanoa shirts at thehandsomernerd.com.
Yes. Get some Nanoa shirts.
Just open it up today. His shirts. Support your favorite
support
player.
him. If you buy that does go to support him. It's definitely a great way if you want to contribute to esports, if you want to contribute to players who are out here. Let me tell you something, guys. The people that have come out here to Korea, whether it's Huck or Naniwa or the many other people out here. Major, excuse me. They've sacrificed a lot and are working really hard to chase their dreams, and you got to respect that.
Absolutely. Well, here's Huck. This guy. He came out very quickly at the beginning of StarCraft 2. Not the first guy out here, but one of the very early guys who has not left yet.
Huck.
I love that EG shirt, which is so clearly photoshopped over an old Team Liquid shirt.
I was thinking about that.
That is really cute. But, of course, he is EG Huck now. Very happy with his new team, of course. Sad to leave Team Liquid, a great team itself.
Huck better at Protoss and posing for pictures.
Yeah, I would say so in this case, even though I would say in the season with the mascara, he was the best.
He was the best because he
didn't allow it to happen.
Do that. What was that on the desk? What is that? Is that a nerd torture device?
I don't know what that is.
He ties the nerds down, and I don't know what he would do to him with
that. It's like an ear piercing gun? What?
What is that? Yeah, it's like a nail gun?
It looked, at first, I'm like, is that something... Oh, it's a hand exercise
thing? Our producers told us it's a hand exercise thing. And that's why he has those sexy forearms.
Hands are going to get so muscly.
Look at those forearms, man. If we were cannibals, I bet that would be quite a delicacy. Huck forearms? Think about that.
That's true.
I'll just say it. Marinate that in soy sauce for a day.
I tell you what, man. You cook anything in soy sauce and all you did.
Oh, man. I forgot to tell you about this. I've been cooking more.
You've cooked in your house?
I've been cooking in my house.
Is that the first time?
I've never cooked. I've started cooking. I've started going to the grocery store. Got a few little meats. I'm actually,
good work.
Got some recipes.
Good job.
Got some nice pork and onions.
Oh.
Meals. Actually very delicious. Yeah. Cooking, a lot of fun. Before then, I was a microwave expert.
I'm a microwave expert. You should see the inside of my microwave. All my foods explode because I don't cover them. And I'm like, I will not clean that. It's too dirty for me to clean.
No, man, you don't want to deal with that.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I have to throw away my microwave and buy a new one.
That's like one of those. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like every once in a while, like humans have like some problem they ought to deal with, cleaning the microwave out. You know what I mean?
I won't ever do it.
And I just can't do it. I just can't deal with this right now.
I'd rather just no longer use the microwave than clean. I think it's so dirty.
Just buy a new one. I will pay $50 to just have a new microwave and not deal with this problem.
As sad as that is, that's the case at this point. All right, so Virus, a very good Terran from StarTale.
Yeah.
but not with near the success Huck has.
No, in fact, Virus is actually outclassed by Huck. He's very good, though, and it looks like he's getting some words from his coach. He was nodding. So I guess, he knows this is very important. This group is an interesting group. Looks like Huck eliminated Crossfire. That's totally understandable. Terrans do so many all-ins on that map, and it's tough to play. Dual Sight eliminated here from Virus, and Dual Sight, that's an interesting map because some players really like Dual Sight and others hate it. I think it's because the gold bases kind of play a weird factor. Scouting's so important. Watchtowers in that map is so important. So this map is going to be on Tal'Darim Ultra. This is a map both of these guys have a lot of experience on. I'm interested in seeing if we're going to see these kind of Huck-ass build orders, ones where he sort of stockpiles gas early on. Yeah. Which I don't know if I totally agree with, but he's winning tournaments, so
he likes it, man.
I don't know.
It's his very own style. Well, it is going to be Tal'Darim, as you said. Could see Nexus first, definitely. That's actually one of my favorite builds on this map, PvT. Nexus first play. So we will see. He might even, who knows, man. Huck is not afraid of all-inning. He absolutely is not.
Oh, yeah.
He could 4-gate, could do a Void Ray build.
Well, what I like about Huck is he knows how to balance Protoss build orders, which is actually the most important part about whether it's StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2. Look at Huck popping his fingers. He's getting ready.
Yeah. He's making them longer right now, so he can reach the keys easier. Now he's brushing his eyebrows so that he can see the screen more clearly. This is like Leonidas in 300. Huck dropped to one knee so he could see the nerd across the table.
Ooh.
Huck removed his helmet so that the sweat wouldn't drop into his eyes. Huck plugged in his keyboard so that he could type. Huck put his mouse on his mouse pad so that he would not slip and would have the same speed as he normally has at home.
This is pretty epic right there.
Huck shot him with stalkers in the face because he wanted to win.
Wow. Tasteless shoots the stalkers in the knee because he wants them to suffer.
You break their little trotting show pony knees.
No, yeah. I break their show pony knees and then, I don't know. I'm like a cat. I like to play with my kill.
Choose your prey and then kill it.
Yep. I think in the book The Naked Ape they talk about.
You read The Naked Ape?
I was recommended to me. It's on my reading list. But that like cats, they purr when they kill things. Same I think with lions and stuff. Because they actually receive pleasure from killing other creatures. They actually enjoy it just as much as they enjoy getting pet. It's like that much in their nature.
Huh?
Yeah, very interesting.
I didn't know my cat was so evil.
Yeah. Yeah, the little cat you have that poops in a box that lives in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing loves to kill.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. The
Sometimes
game
it
is
bites
loading.
my hand. Should I be scared?
No. I want to say yes, but no. All right. Huck against Virus. One of our only non-Koreans, perhaps the most successful one here in StarCraft 2, up against an up-and-coming Terran. Who's going to win? Let's find out. In the upper left, we have none other than the incredible... The incredible Huck. Well, I forgot we have the Protoss voice too, but there's a Protoss player. Yeah. I was like, who's that?
So refreshing to see Protoss on the map.
Go Huck. Canada.
Go Canada. Where's Canada going to go? It's so big, it's not going anywhere.
Canada. I've never been to Canada. I actually want to check that place out sometime. Canadians, whenever I meet them, they're so polite. Down here in the bottom left, we have...
Tail Biters.
Did you ever see the movie Outbreak?
Of course.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it was good. It's good.
I saw it years ago. Years and years ago.
Of course.
Have you seen the movie 12 Monkeys?
Of course.
Oh my God, that movie!
I saw that so long ago.
That movie, I remember I saw that movie like a few years ago, and I was like, oh my God, this movie is so cool. This movie's actually so cool. Why didn't nobody tell me about this?
I'm sorry.
I grabbed my friend and just started shaking him. I'm like, why didn't you let me know sooner?
I've been trying to hide it from you, Tasteless.
You were trying to keep all the awesome for yourself?
Well, Virus going for a gas build. Huck as well. Will he get that second gas? I do think so. And I'm wondering what type of build Virus is going to bring out here. Will Huck gas him? That's become a little bit more popular right now with Protoss. You sometimes gas your Terran opponent to try to prevent them from going for any one-on-one shenanigans.
Yeah, Hero does that a lot, and I really like that.
Oh, that's right. Yours does do that quite a bit.
Yeah. It actually reminded me of the way I played StarCraft 1 with it. I almost always just take the gas. I'm like, all right, well, I have some control over the game.
StarCraft 1, though, you only have one gas. It was
Yeah, I know.
so frightening.
Oh, I know. It's like, oh, God. But I mean, in StarCraft 2, I just like that kind of play where it's like, all right, I'm going to make the first move that's going to limit the number of options they have, because that means I have to practice for less scenarios and I have more experience in them than they do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, excuse me. Looks like we have the probe of Huck.
Factory going up. Could be a 1-1-1. We will see.
We do see 4 gates from Protoss sometimes on this map. It's because it's got a big opening.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Every now and then you should mix in something like that. Does Huck want to do it here? I don't know, man. I feel like he's a better player than Virus, so.
Well, Virus has a lot of pressure on him because actually people are getting better and better at StarCraft 2. This game's getting more and more figured out, and the result of that is a lot of these players getting filtered out of the system.
That's quite true. Well, we do have actually a reactor going up on Virus's barracks, so it looks like it's probably going to be a Hellion opening.
Yeah.
And those are actually really, really, really cool. But no, actually, it's not going to be that at all. Or maybe it is, because he has that barracks rally to the bunker. Nope. Okay, it is going to be the Hellion. I was confused there for a moment. But I love reactor Hellion openings. There's a lot that you can do with them. There's all sorts of cool little timing attacks. In fact, the ex-teammate of Huck, TLO, loves to use attacks like that early on in this matchup. And it looks like we are going to have an early game all-in here from Virus. 3 barracks and a reactor Hellions. And this is going to be very hard to stop on this map. Oh, it's not reactor Hellions. It's siege tanks.
Oh, okay.
Which, of course, those are quite awesome as well.
Yeah.
Do a ton of damage.
Oh, nice dodge. He actually dodged that. Nice job, Huck.
And Huck is actually going for a very quick observer and 3 gates.
So he can get Immortals out if he needs to.
Yep.
Oh, I could see what he was trying to do there. It did not work.
Oh, my.
I don't think these Hellions are actually going to do much damage.
No, not much, but they've done a ton of scouting, which is oftentimes even more important. He did see that there's at least 2 gates and a robo. Now,
I think Huck can hold this. I mean, it'll be hard.
Well, what he's going to need to do, Tasteless, is go to Colossus right away. If you want to stop a ton of Marines, you need some splash damage, man. Well, we will see how Huck decides to handle it. Each Protoss has his own way that he wants to fight against an all-in build like this. Huck is just now finally going to scout it. His observer is just getting there. Sees the bunker, sees the tank, sees all the barracks.
Okay, he's got all the information he needs.
He knows everything. So, an Immortal being started immediately.
So nice.
Now, Immortals are kind of interesting in this scenario because, yeah, they do a ton of damage to tanks, and overall, early game against Terran, they're actually really quite nice. But Marines counter them extremely hard.
Yeah.
So I think Huck's only going to get probably 1 just to have mixed in there, try to walk it around the side and hit siege tanks with. And Huck does put down a robotics bay, so I would like to point out that he is going a 1-base observer rush into robotics bay against Terran to stop a 1-base all-in.
That's how you do it.
It is. It's just there's so many people out there that actually every time I say that, they make me block them on Twitter because they.
No, it's actually true. Like, so many players actually don't understand StarCraft and they just like to whine, and it actually makes me want to kill myself because this is actually how you stop a 1-base all-in. Now, I mean, if you miscontrol something, you're still going to lose.
Now we will see the timings here.
Yeah.
Huck looks like he's going to be able to hold the top of this ramp for a bit, but he's going to have to chrono boost out his. Oh, he's actually canceled now. And he has decided to just go at this. He has canceled, though, his robotic support bay. Well, we will see, man. If he can trap the right number of units coming up this ramp and crush them, then he will be fine. I like that he's out at the ramp to try to hold this.
Surprised that Terran hasn't scanned and killed off that...
Nice! That's exactly the type of thing that Virus needs to make a mistake on. That's exactly how Huck needs to punish him. Beautifully done right there.
Force fields will go away now, and here's what Huck should probably do is just back up.
Yep. That's exactly... killing that 1 siege tank makes a gigantic difference. Still a ton of Marines on the way, though, and Huck is actually making a pylon in the base of his
this
opponent.
is actually funny.
His opponent should be able to see it, but he's so busy microing.
And he's just going to make some zealots probably and just go.
Yep. This is actually just so funny.
All right, he's warped in 3 zealots.
And back in the base of Virus, the Huck Zealots. Oh, they do kill the Siege Tank. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Zealots
And here we go. Huck walking forward, taking a hit, and then backing up.
Here's the problem: is now Protoss, or excuse me, Terran, is going to have a harder time reinforcing. See, he had to wait there. So Huck may, because these Marines are going to have quite a travel time to get up to that army, he may wait a little bit and then attack into this right before the reinforcements get there.
You know, this is a scary scenario right here.
Okay,
Huck does not have
see.
a lot of units to deal with all these Marines. And here he goes.
Oh
no!
He doesn't have enough force fields.
No, he does not.
Oh my God! What is Huck doing? He needs to move that. What?
No one sees it.
Can't see it. All right.
But as these Marines come back up, Tasteless, Huck is in a lot of
Stalkers.
trouble. He's warping in all his
I don't
units
know.
at his opponent's base.
I can't actually tell if this is like a good idea from Huck or not. I mean, I like it, but he also is not getting much more back home from his base.
Yeah, the group of units at his base right now is not very killable. You know, it's so many Marines in there. They have combat shields. They have plenty of life. And Huck just doesn't have anything particularly good against Marines, at least in these huge numbers backed up by siege tanks. You know, you can't really kite them with Stalkers when there's siege tanks there.
I guess he's going to try to go in for a sandwich here. I would actually wait a little bit longer even to attack
Oh,
this.
no, and here he goes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit scary. The Immortals just, one does reach that siege tank, taking down the bunker very, very quickly. Can Huck hold?
He needs to get that siege tank. He just needs to get that last siege tank.
Almost gets it there,
There
and
he goes.
in fact comes up from behind.
He's
and
fine. He just makes zealots and wins out.
beautifully done by Huck, and this is just so close, and it looks like, yeah, he is going to hold this. That was so close.
Really
beautifully
impressive.
done by Huck. I am loving it, man. I am loving
even that last stalker will be killed. Damn.
He
Huck
really
is a badass.
He really is. That it was so beautiful. You know, to cancel the Colossus tech and decide, you know what? I'm going to use this ramp. I'm going to use the terrain and try to catch units. Very brave decision, and it worked out very well for Huck. Just he paced himself and dealt with it.
And now, Virus is going to have to. Oh, hold on.
This might be a little bit overextension.
Yeah, he should not be doing that.
Does snipe that, but this is, I mean, his Stalkers took a lot of damage still. Huck is making an expansion, continuing to warp in Stalkers.
He's not making any more Immortals, which is interesting to me.
You know, it's a little bit expensive. He's knocked out the tank count. So right now what he needs to do is strongly counter Marines. Some Immortals can still be useful, but it's just so important to constantly hurt this army as it walks towards him.
What do you think about the decision to make combat shields over stim?
It's perfect.
Think so?
I would say it's perfect. It's, you know, those extra hit points, you need them to stay alive. You don't want to stim. You're doing a kind of slow push all in with the siege tanks. And if you stim, then your siege tanks are going to be left behind as they run away from you.
Here come the Zealots now, and actually this isn't all in.
Yeah.
He's actually just going to send all of his SCVs, and unfortunately his hand has been tipped. And I think it's safe to say that, yeah, see Huck actually cancels the Nexus. Oh, well.
Yeah, this is
All
still
I
going
got
to
to do is
be
survive this.
still going to be pretty hard to hold.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is not over. Again, you got to remember Marines, and now with the medevac as well, they're hard to kill without splash, man. You really have to work your ass off to do that. And I mean, he did it once, but can he do it again? He doesn't have any sentries. His Stalkers are very badly hurt. He only has one Immortal right now.
Nice. Just kiting these SCVs.
Well, I mean, he's actually microing beautifully right now.
Forces the siege, backs up.
And, well,
I think
here we
now
go. All the
right.
probes come in. The two Immortals, if they can target down these siege tanks, are going to make a huge difference. The SC...
They can actually get to the siege tanks that Immortal in the back, firing at Marines.
He's going to target these siege tanks on Huck's Stalkers, and this is so close, Tasteless.
Oh my God, he missed micro there. Okay, he just...
And it looks like
actually,
that's it, man.
Yeah,
Huck is not going to hold against these Marines.
He missed microed back there.
Well, you know, there's so many Marines here. Huck did a really nice job But,
Right.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Wow.
GG. Well played by both players.
Yeah, really well played. Yeah, there was a period back there. I think there's a couple things that Huck could have done better back there. He didn't need to attack into that just yet. The siege tanks were not quite targeted down quickly enough by the Immortals. Then he thought he had only one shot left to kill that siege tank with a stalker. He shot it, backed up, realized, oh my god, it's not dead. Went back in, and then he's like, oh, well, now I don't have an army.
Huck not happy with that, of course. He'll be fighting to stay out of up and down matches in a couple games here, like 3 games from now. Virus, though, off to a good start.
Absolutely. It was a nice solid. I actually thought the game was over when he held off the first attack. Part of me, when you're in that situation, okay, and you see the SCVs coming, right, there's one thing maybe you could do. You could make, a sentry or 2, just try to block off with force fields and buy time because he's not going to get his reinforcements in there as quickly.
That's a good point.
Zealots and sentries.
That's a good point.
Keep chrono boosting stuff out. Because, what is it, like about 3 force fields to block that first ramp? Is that right?
Yeah, 3 to... But if you block even with 2...
Yeah, you can block with 2. You should be very careful. But
Well, it doesn't completely block, but it makes such a weird scenario for them to run through it.
Right.
If they're trying to attack.
Because he's taking all his SCVs off. So to send them in like that now, I mean, that's just a little bit too risky. So maybe that's something he could have done there. Just try to buy more time, spend the rest of his money on Zealots, and then by the time he finally gets there, Huck has a considerable lead.
Here we have FXO ASD. Very good Terran player. See, his versus Zerg stats aren't that good in the GSL. I'm sure he was good at the matchup.
ASD, a little bit of an underdog here, ranked 74th, excuse me.
Yeah, he's a little bit newer than Xenio for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, we haven't seen a ton of this guy, but I'm looking forward to seeing some great games from him. I've heard really good things.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't have much to say, Artosis. I mean, we haven't really seen much of this guy.
Well, he's out there time to time for FXO. Used to be FOU, and AKA Nuclear. Well, his opponent, though, we have plenty to say about this guy. A Zerg with many ups and downs, Stasis.
Yeah, he's definitely had a really dramatic pro gaming experience, getting very deep in some tournaments.
And just getting owned in the other ones. Sometimes he'll play a game and I'll be like, oh, that's the worst game that I've seen this season. And then sometimes he'll play and I'll be like, oh my god, is Xenio top 3 Zerg? What's going on? Definitely a player that's quite volatile. But
oh, look at Xenio being a badass in this picture.
Xenio is a badass, actually. He's like a social, cool, awesome guy.
Yeah, he is. He's got a good sense of humor. I really like him.
Yeah.
He's been working on his English a little bit.
It's pretty good English, actually.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Well, who do you see taking this game?
Xenio.
Xenio?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I picked Xenio over SD. I agree with that.
I mean, I might be wrong, but Xenio, he has enough experience on the stage.
Oh, certainly.
He's got, I think, a better set of training partners. And, I think experience is everything for stuff like that. The more experience you just have, the better.
Oh, certainly.
And he's got that.
Sure.
He's been to NSL.
I feel like his ZVT is probably his best matchup, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Out of all the matchups that I watch him play, when I watch ZVT, I'm like, okay.
You say ZVZ is his worst?
I actually am going to go with his ZVP being worse than ZVT nowadays, ZVZ nowadays, but used to be ZVZ was his worst, I felt. We'll see, man. We haven't seen him play for several weeks now.
That's true. We have not. I'm looking forward to seeing some Xenio action. He obviously really wants to get out and continue on to the top 16 because Xenio starting to kind of sink in the ranks here amongst top, not even just pro gamers, but top Zergs.
The map is going to be Antigua Shipyard.
Should be a pretty fun map.
Yeah, I like this map a lot, actually. It gives us nice games.
It does. Dual site eliminated by ASD, and Zelnaga Fortress, one of the more common maps have eliminated.
You don't want Zelnaga Fortress ZVT.
Yeah, that's hard.
They take a third base, and then like 2 seconds later, you're in your natural.
Yeah, no kidding. And, another... what's actually interesting for me is to see that Belshire Beach has become more and more and more popular.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Less people eliminated nowadays. That's very true.
Okay, it's time. The countdown has started. ASD up against Xenio. who's going to pull through here. I think it'll be Xenio, but you never know what to expect. There's always young blood that's up and coming and eager for a championship victory. I'm Tasteless. With me is Ro32. We're the Casting Archon, and this is the GSL Codex.